Yo, what's up guys? It's me, Can't Stop a Money. So this weekend, as of recording this video, I treated myself out to a movie. I went to theaters and saw the Quintessential Quintuplets movie. Yep, the Quintessential Quintuplets. This is my first time ever talking about this show on the channel. And yeah. So I watched it on my own time earlier this year. Season 1 was good. Season 2, great. This movie, so yeah, man, I want to talk to you all about it, review it, let y'all guys what I thought about the choices that was made, especially the choices that was made, and yeah. So thanks to good old reliable pirate, I'll be providing a few screenshots here and there and some clips here and there, and we'll talk about that. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Oh wait, I forgot to mention my disclaimer. So I'm going to be calling this review down the middle. I'm going to try my absolute best to call it down the middle. I'm going to be on autopilot and try to call it down the middle unbiased. But I won't lie to you. Sometimes you will notice my obvious bias towards Nino, and you're going to see that. You're going to see it. So yeah, that's going to be fun. That can't be helped. Now let's get into it. So for starters, we are Team Nino over here. Team Nino 25-8. I don't give a about Miku. Miku. If you are a Miku fan, you Miku tards. Whoa. Hold on. I'm just playing. Hey man, I love Miku. I truly do love Miku. I do. Look, I'm just playing. But I am Team Nino though, all the way. Been Team Nino for a good little minute, man. She the best quintuplet, to be honest with you. So, things ain't work out. But so, speaking of just that, we'll go ahead and just dive right into it. So, yeah, Go-Tōbun. Some of y'all call her Go-Tōbun. She won. Wow. Wow, you should have seen me in the theater. Like, right when he was picking the area. Because, yeah, all five quintuplets. Oh, 5 quintuplets. The quintuplets, they split up into different rooms, and it was up to Uesugi to choose, walk into whichever room of who he chose. While he was doing that, I'm just like, boy, I'm not gonna lie. Right when he was walking, I said, he's not finna pick Nino. He's not. And I was thinking, he's not finna pick Miku. He's not either. And I started to think, I said, if he picked Ichika, this whole movie would have been blew up into a dumpster fire. True or false? If he picked Ichika, this movie would have blew up into a dumpster. That would have been it. Itsuki, I would just say that would have just been too obvious. But I said it must be Itsuki. Then I say, wait a minute. Then he picked Go-Tōbun. I went from this to Go-Tōbun. Go-Tōbun? And so I took a step back to think. I said, okay, picking Go-Tōbun. Go-Tōbun was the one that he met those 5 years ago and made that promise to. They made a promise to each other that they would go get a job and be smart, go get a job and make lots of money for their family. And yeah, that's what that was. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And I was just thinking, but Go-Tōbun, throughout the show, I remember it vividly, throughout the show, Go-Tōbun had, not even here and there, she was there, but like not really kind of thing. And I get that the director, that the maker of this, he wanted to throw a twist or, do the unexpected, which he kind of did in a cliche way. He did the unexpected in a cliche way, if that makes sense. To sum up Futaro's choice, it was an unexpected one, a bit unexpected one, because, most of the girls had a lot more screen time than Go-Tōbun, and Go-Tōbun seemed the most one that was not really connected to Futaro, like talking about, except for that 5-year event, But it's the cliche way, I hope I'm saying that word right, because, hey, he went for the love at first sight type of thing. That love at first sight. Many other people in harem shows, especially in harem shows, has done that. And that heroine, that girl, that main girl, Love at First Sight, is going to end up winning. Obviously, you have Shido and Toka from Date Alive, Issei and Reyes from High School DxD, and Emilia and Subaru from ReZero. Yep, no matter how amazing the rest of the girls were, they will fall to the girl that was Love at First Sight. No matter how amazing, no matter how good your Rims are, or your Mikus, or your Ninos, or your Akinos, or your Kurumis, Love at First Sight is going to always win. And that's what it was for that one. So ultimately, Futaro said it himself when he confessed to Yotsuba. You know, pretty much basically, if it wasn't for Yotsuba, Futaro would have been a delinquent. As you remember how he was back then with the blonde hair and stuff like that. He would have been a delinquent. Yotsuba kind of saved him from that lifestyle. And, you know, he's been living up to it ever since. So, yeah. You know, I that's cool. That's cool. But, right. On one side, I can see where the fandom would have a big problem with this, because they'll go into things like Miku did this, Nino did that for him, Itsuki did something, Ichika, though she may be the most trifling, but she still did more than Yotsuba, and that whole thing. And this may sound like bullcrap. In fact, it is bullcrap when you think about it, but this one was not meant to be a popularity contest, because if this movie was a popularity contest, if Futaro's choice was based off of popularity, it obviously would have came down between Nino and Miku. Sometimes Miku would have won over, sometimes Nino would have won over. It would have came down between those two, and the rest of it would have been left out. Yotsuba would have been literally at the end behind Ichika. So yeah. Besides a bit, but the creator didn't want to go for a popularity contest, but he wanted to go off of it being Futaro's choice, actually Futaro's choice. That sounds like bullcrap. But I mean, ultimately, guys, I can see it. It's who Futaro vibed with the most, who he was rocking with the most, who he just was in touch with the most. I still can't see why that's not Miku, but yeah. And to make things worse, we've seen season 1 and 2. Yotsuba had little to no character development at all. The only thing we knew about her was that, this whole sports thing, her green bow, her being a tryhard, and her being slightly dumber than the rest of the quintuplets. But other than that, when it comes to character development, there was pretty much none at all until the literal last part of the movie, where they pushed everything out for Yotsuba, how she is, how she feel about her sisters, how she feel about Futaro, all this stuff, and herself. They literally pushed that all the way there just to justify Futaro picking her. And I'm just like, but everybody else. But it sounds like I'm hating on this movie, but I'm not. I truly love this movie. I truly loved it, man. I truly did. But you know, Nino, I'm just saying, she had the best character development in this show. The entire show. No debate. Y'all know it. Y'all admit it. Nino had the best character development, starting with her rocky start to how she is now. Everybody loves her. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, she's tsundere. Like, Mr. Haruba. Mr. Haruba. Isn't tsundere supposed to always win? You know? Nino. But that's me being biased, of course. So, do I agree? No, not agree. Am I okay with Futaro picking Yotsuba? Like I say, it makes sense. It does make sense. Am I happy about it? Heck no, because I mean Nino, but that's me being biased. But do I agree with it? It makes sense. I do. It does make sense because I mean, hey, she was the one from 5 years ago. But God dang, man, it's like all these girls were sprinting full speed. They was all sprinting full speed at Futaro, and Yotsuba was all the way back here. And then, you know, right when any one of them was spinning across the finish line, I don't know, she has like some kind of Zenkai Dragon Ball boost where she just, you know, it just overstepped everybody. But I mean, like I say, man, if Nino was to win, the Miku fans would have trashed the show. If Miku was to win, me and the rest of the Nino fans would have trashed the show. I wouldn't have trashed the show, but I would have been salty. Salt all over, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's that. They tried to do us a favor, though. They tried to, in the middle of the movie, they was doing Futuro's hypotheticals, his what ifs, because, the school festival. What if the school festival ended with the Nino ending, the Miku ending, the Ichika, Itsuki, and Yotsuba ending? They all had their own separate endings, and then we get some backstory, who their actual biological father is on Itsuki's side, and yeah, those were great. And he tried to appeal to every last one of us, giving us our own ending, but the ultimate ending ended up with Yotsuba. So yeah, so man, they gave us the whole thing. The whole thing, from the wedding and everything. At the end, Futuro woke up as in it was like a dream. He was having that dream as he was talking about at the beginning of the movie. But, even if it was a dream, obviously his feelings are still the same for Yotsuba. So Yotsuba would win regardless. I liked how everybody else, and including Yotsuba, had their future. That we all, Izuki became a teacher. Nino and Miku had their own shop. Ichika became a really famous actor. And yeah, man, that was really cool. But dang, I still can't help it, man. Nino! That's my bias talking. So ultimately, I gave the movie a 9 out of 10. Yep, a 9 out of 10. Season 2 was a 9 out of 10, and Season 1 was a 7 out of 10. But yeah, man, the movie was really nice. It was extremely long. It was like 2 hours long, man. That was about as long as a Marvel movie. I was really very impressed. And on top of that, a series actually ended. A new aged anime series actually ended. We barely get those sometimes. But yeah, it was good to see an ending. Was it ending that everybody wanted? Nah. Well, most people, nah. But did it make sense to me? It made sense to me in a cliche way. It can make sense and still be cliche. I'm Team Nino. I would keep saying that. So, yeah, man. So, what y'all thought about it? Who y'all wanted to win? What y'all thought about Futuro picking Yotsuba? Whose team are y'all? And let me know. I bet most of y'all Miku, guarantee it. So, thank y'all so much for watching, man. What y'all thought about that? If you'd like to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll be sure to see you all in my next one. Sayonara.